Already own a home and you're in need of cash really fast? In this video, I'm gonna walk you through the 2 most popular ways to access that cash, and we're gonna jump in right now. All right, if it's your first time to the channel, or if you just started exploring how to access the cash in your house, do me a favor, hit subscribe, hit the bell, make sure you never miss out. Listen, I get calls every single day from people just like you facing the same mounting financial pressures. I would love to chat with you more to figure out what's best for you. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Let's find some time to talk. Now, let's talk about the 2 ways to get cash out of your house, with a home equity line of credit or with a cash out refinance. But before we jump into those, I need to have a quick conversation with you guys because there is such a thing as waiting too long. With either of these processes, you're gonna have to go and get approved. What that means is that if you're already in a circumstance where maybe some things are going 30 or 60 days late, maybe you've already had to go into forbearance on your mortgage, it's not too late, but you've got to reach out and you've got to get a lifeline before it is too late. I've had borrowers that were in the perfect position to take advantage of these options. They just waited too long. And unfortunately, there wasn't much we could do once that time had passed. So don't hesitate, make sure you reach out before it's too late. So now let's talk about these 2 options, cash out refinance versus a home equity line of credit, otherwise known as a HELOC. What's the difference? Well, for me, it really starts with, what are you trying to accomplish? Look, we all have different circumstances. We all have different things that we need to get done. Depending on what you want to accomplish is what will help me or any loan officer figure out which is the right fit for you. For me, I break these things out in a couple of different circumstances. If, for instance, you're looking at consolidating some debts, or maybe you have a second lien on your house that you got a couple years ago behind your first lien, or maybe you already took advantage of a home equity line of credit. Whatever your circumstances is, if the things you're trying to pay for have an interest rate, sometimes a revolving or variable interest rate tied to them, I'm always gonna steer you towards a cash out refinance. Now I get it, you might have already refinanced in the last couple of years and got a great rate, and you're sensitive to that rate, that's okay. What we're gonna do is take a look at what the blended rate will be across all of your debts, not just your house, which may be locked at a low interest rate, but your other debts. Depending on the balances that those things might have and where the rate may be, it might be better off taking a higher interest rate on the house to bring those other variable rates in at a blended low fixed rate. Look, I'm a risk adverse individual. I'm always gonna look to shoot for things I can plan versus things I can't plan for. What you can plan for is locking in a fixed rate. What you can't plan for are what you've seen in the news, rising interest rates, the Fed changing things, unemployment changing. All of these things are things you can't plan for, and they can throw you curveballs when you really aren't ready to handle those curveballs. Do you know where the average rate is for a credit card today? Somewhere between 16 and 22%. Auto loans, somewhere between 8 and 12%. Sound like your circumstances? If those are things that you're looking at, no matter where your rate might be on your home today, a cash out refinance is probably a better fit for you. Now, on the flip side, if you say, well, hey, Josiah, I'm good in those situations. What I'm looking for is money to go fund things I want to go do, like start a new business. Or maybe you have a big bonus coming down and you've got to do some remodeling on the house that can't wait, but you know you've got means to pay it off. That's where a HELOC can potentially become a really good option, because even though it's on a variable rate, if you're drawing from that fund but then paying it back before your draw period ends and it amortizes for the lifetime of the rest of that term, then a home equity line might make more sense, because during the draw period, you're only paying the interest, not the full principal. It just depends on what your circumstances are. So just to recap what all that means. The boat of consolidating debt or taking on a big one-time fixed cost and you don't necessarily have a path to pay that cost off quickly, we're gonna talk about a cash out refinance. It's the right way to lock that expense in and protect you from inflationary costs, protect you from rising rates, protect you from paying more down the road. On the flip side, again, if you're looking to get that money as a means to float from one period of time to another, to invest into your business, to cover a big expense that can't wait, but there is a means to pay that expense off before the draw period ends, a home equity line of credit might make more sense for you. But in both of these scenarios, I'm going to tell you the same thing. It starts with talking to a broker. Go talk to a loan officer. Figure out, they're gonna ask you the right questions. Figure out what your circumstances are so that we can tailor the product to fit your needs. Again, it's not about fitting you into a product. It's about finding a product that fits you. All right, so what's next? Well, next, I need you to go click up top and schedule some time to talk about what you're looking to get done and what you're looking to accomplish. And as I said at the beginning, do that before it's too late. The last thing I want to do is have you get in over your skis where we can't pull you back out and get you the cash that you already have in your house today and make that cash work for you for what you need to go get done and accomplished. Thanks again. This is Josiah at Anchor Home Mortgage. Hope you have a great day.